Michelle Lawler from the Nude Wine Company, here with us with her top choices for tipples, perfect for an outdoor day.
A lovely warm day like today.
Like today.
I know.
Not quite like
also,
today.
Saoirse brought in some food as well. It wasn't
Yeah,
just
looks
Jack doing
delicious.
barbecue. There's gorgeous sliders and everything. We'll get to that.
This from Urban Kitchen, yeah?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
insane.
Okay, so we're going to start off with a nice white.
Yeah, so if
And
you
my
want to have a
favourite,
taste,
a nice Sauvignon.
a nice Sauvignon. So have a taste of it. So what I've gone for here, when you're doing a barbecue, normally the food's really punchy, strong, smoky. So this is a French Sauvignon, very close to where Sancerre is made. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh. But it's got a little bit of those stronger New Zealand tones in it. It is a little bit more punchy than a typical French one. So if you've got those strong barbecue flavours, it is just delicious. So the area is Terrain.
Where are you looking at? Are you just trying to decide? Oh, right, yeah. So the area is Terrain where you know you can get a good
value Sauvignon,
Yes.
because French Sauvignon, the price goes up. Sancerre, God, when I was working in the wine industry, 2003, I'd say it was £12. And now...
How much is a Sancerre now?
Oh, 27, 30.
Easily.
Like, it's easily.
So this is around 17.
And this is $17.95 on the website. And yes, it's a delicious, good value alternative. It's got all the elegance of that lovely French fruit profile. Yeah, it's
like
lovely.
that.
Yeah, and but those little bit of kind of tropical nuances that are a bit more punchy with some stronger fruit flavours.
Lovely. Now, one thing I do, because often I wouldn't be planning on having an old drink, and then I run into the shop and it's on the shelf and it's not cold.
Oh, yeah.
So I quick freeze the wine in. I put a paper towel around it, put water on it, put it in the freezer, and it's done in 15 minutes.
Myrne, I did that this morning following your tip online.
And did it work?
Yeah, they were
works.
ice cold.
Oh, it's the best
Ice
thing.
cold.
Guys, this totally works. I've got it up on my Instagram page. It is amazing. But what, like, for people, the ice cubes, you know, people, do you get really mad when people
No,
put ice
not
cubes
at
in
all.
I put
wine?
ice cubes in my wine all the
I do.
time.
I would
I
put
know
like,
you do.
I would say like everyday drinking wine, ultimately it's your drink. Do what you want with it. People get really caught up in the ceremony of wine and how it should be really, but in actual fact, I lived in Hong Kong for years. The wine would be served at 30 degrees and I'd always put, even in my red, one glass or one ice cube in a red, just to bring it down because it would taste fresher.
Okay.
Now
Right,
we're moving
a bit
on
of
to, now
fresh.
this is not, we always talk about a rosé when we come into the summer. This is
An orange wine, not made from oranges. So have a little smell of it first. So this, originally when I came across this wine, it smells exactly like the label, doesn't it?
Is it a dessert wine?
No, it's bone dry.
Oh.
Have a taste of it. So it's just a really interesting one to have. It goes really well with fish, actually, those kind of flavours.
I wouldn't be mad at that at all now.
So, I think it's delicious.
No, I did think, I was like, oh, this is going to be dessert. I'm not going to be
No, it's delicious.
That's actually, it's a Grenache.
It's Grenache. It's white Grenache, and I have some grapes there. So if you were going to make a rosé wine, rosé is made out of red grapes, and you can see there's actually no colour in red grapes. The pulp is translucent.
Yes.
So if you're going to make a rosé, if you're making a red, they might spend maybe 4 or 5 weeks with the skins of the grapes to bring in colour. With the rosé, maybe 12 hours or 24 hours to get a light pink colour. This is made from white grapes. So orange wine is skin contact with white grapes.
How do they get the colour in it then?
So these are grapes from a supermarket, but actually the Grenache grapes are a little bit more pink. So it's just drawing down a little bit of the colour in the skin.
In the pink.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad about it now,
It's
to
hard
be honest.
It's
now.
hard when
going
you
to
give
have-
us a Sauvignon Blanc and then say try something else.
Yeah,
The
when you
two
get a
of us are
lovely
gonna go,
Sauvignon.
no.
This is, they're all trend at the minute. And if you go into like a fancy wine bar or like a cool restaurant in town, you'll see skin contact or orange wines as a section.
I just see,
That's what
I
this
hate
is.
this now because it's trendier, so people are supposed to like it.
I would agree in some way where you think, okay, I should like it, but actually it's delicious. And Jack was saying after he'd done his barbecue, he was like, you've got an orange wine, I love it. I always go to Cafe Paradiso and have my orange wine with my food.
So it's
Jack will...
Yeah, where are you, Jack? Where are you?
But it is just broadening horizons. There's other things out there. And when you go
no, that's
travelling
true.
and
Yeah.
you try these things,
Yeah,
you
and
want
it's
to be able to
actually-
bring it home.
It's originally from Georgia, actually, that style. It's like 6,000 years old. It's one of the oldest ways to make white
And then
wine.
how are we only seeing it now then?
A bit like on trend. Someone starts doing, and normally you see these in London and New York like 10 years ago. Ireland is normally like 5 years behind.
5 years behind in the
On
wines.
wines,
We
yeah.
know what we like. We know what we like.
In 5 years, I'll come back. You'll love it.
We got back our blue nun.
Okay, we're moving on to a red now.
So
Tell us
what
about
we've
this.
gone, this red, I would say it's really strong. It's actually got smoky undertones, and it's a pinotage from South Africa, which would have been trendy I would say nearly 15 years ago. And then Malbec came along and people kind of jumped on, I suppose, the Malbec train. Right. So this is just something a little bit different to try, but definitely will pair really well with those strong lamb.
Oh, there's a kick off that.
Yeah, and it's perfect because like the charred lamb, like that flavour is really strong. And when you're doing food and wine matching, you want to raise the flavours together. If you've got like really strong, you know, barbecue lamb chops, you want a good strong wine that will be able to pair with the two of them.
It's very
gorgeous.
Nice. Yeah, it's
People,
very
and Pinotage is really unique to South Africa. It's actually a hybrid of two grapes. You only get it there, and it's delicious. And so this is 1925. When I first tried that, it would have been just before Christmas. I actually had it with a burger in the run-up to Christmas. And I thought, oh my God, finally one that I love. It's delicious.
Because it's when you settle on something.
I'd say I hated Pinotage for 15 years.
Until you find the thing that you want. It's really interesting.
Yeah, and I just think it's an excellent example. And these are all put together in a box that you can order online as well.
Okay.
Can I ask you now, because this is actually... Is it even room temperature? It's actually a bit cold and I quite like it.
Yeah.
I know it's cold outside, but
17 degrees is actually what you would say room temperature when people refer to this going back like 100 years for wine. So in actual fact...
So what should white wine be served at?
Oh, like this one, 6 or 7, like fridge temperature, 6 or 7 degrees.
Right.
This is fridge temperature, 6 or 7 degrees. If you're going to have like a premium Chardonnay, like a Pullini or a Merceau, 12 degrees, because there's so many flavours, the warmer it is, the more the nuances come out. And so red, 17 degrees is perfect. 22, 23, 24 room temperature now. It's too warm and actually you lose that freshness in the wine.
Do you see that if you were opening that now and you had people over and you knew you were going to drink the bottle, would you decant it?
I decant any wine over €15. What happens is when you add, there you go.
Over €15 you would decant a wine?
Yeah. And what it does actually, when you add air to it, it enhances and magnifies the flavours. That's all you're doing, is enhancing the flavours. Quickly.
So you would pour it into a decanter and just leave it there?
Or a jug, like, I mean, it's not particularly fancy, like even into a jug or something, but what'll happen is it'll taste amazing immediately.
Okay,
wow,
what
really?
do you make of people, because I live with one of these, who always put it on the radiator, the red wine?
I'd go back to
will go on the radiator.
I would go back to it.
To get it to a temperature.
Yeah, to get it to the temperature you want.
I always say, it's your wine, you drink it whatever way you want.
But what do you make of it?
I wouldn't do it personally.
Oh, no, as a wine connoisseur, here we go.
I would actually, in the summertime, I'd put my red in the fridge for 15 minutes. Bring it down a few degrees because it just tastes fresher and more lively.
It's amazing.
So you tell him now he can't be putting it on but you don't mind that I put my ice in my white wine?
Not at all. You do
no
that.
judgment.
No judgment
and
here.
this looks absolutely gorgeous from Urban Kitchen.
Urban Kitchen in Nice, delicious.
Nice.
Yeah,
we've had food from Urban
lovely
Kitchen
barbecue.
before.
Yeah,
absolutely lovely.
Amazing. We are
Michelle, so you have these three in a box set that you
on the
can
website,
buy on the website.
And I think you should give the orange one a second try.
I like it.
Go on.
I actually like it. Nudie, we've got to go jogging in a second.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually going out to Laurelin to do a half-hour
Cheers.
jog.
Thank you so much for that.
Cheers.
Thank
From the
you.
Nudie Wine Company, people can find you online. Michelle Lawler, as always, a pleasure. Thank you so much. Now, still to come, Derek catches up with Kildare GAA star Daniel Flynn on the treadmill.